Nuzlocks. You know them, you tolerate them. Probably. I mean, you clicked on this video. I guess in case you got lost somehow, here are the generally agreed upon rules for a hardcore Nuzlocke. The most important part really is the permanent death when one of your Pokemon is knocked out. There's other stuff too, like not overtaking gym leader levels and not healing in battle, but you get the idea. We'll be adding an extra twist onto this hardcore Nuzlocke. Because in the Generation 1 games, you're not given free Pokeballs near the start, we're going to do this entire run without them. So no catching anything. We'll need to resort to other methods. Right away, we're given a choice of starters. They're all good picks, aside from Squirtle, who can't learn Cut and so would prevent us from winning the challenge. Bulbasaur is the logical choice, what with its relatively good matchups into many gym leaders, but Charmander is my special little guy, and so Glorbo joins the team. She easily scratches my rival's blunt little tortoise down, and we can begin our journey proper. Well, I mean, first we have to get Professor Oak his parcel, because delivery services apparently don't extend all the way down to pallet. In exchange, he gives us a Pokedex and nothing else. I told you there were no free balls. Glorbo and I valiantly travel through Viridian Forest on the path to shared glory, battling all the bug catchers we see to train her up for any challenges that may present themselves. This goes extremely well and there are no close calls. After all of our forest training, Glorbo and I are ready to take on Brock, the first of 8 gym leaders. She's a little underleveled, but she'll be fine. Brock opens with his Geodude, and Ember immediately does a lot less than I'd hoped, with Geodude's tackle doing more than expected. It doesn't look great for Glorbo. But then she manages to burn the Geodude, causing Brock to use a full heal and waste his turn. And all following turns Brock's Geodude has, he just wastes on Defense Curl, allowing Glorbo to make it to Onix relatively unscathed. She opens with an Ember, which again does saddeningly little, but it seems a lucky stars on Glorbo's side as this way a crit comes, burning Onix and making Brock again waste a turn with a full heal. Onix then begins to bide, but it's too little too late, and Glorbo takes the KO with another critical hit. I have absolutely no idea how that just happened, but we get our Boulder Badge. Time to crush more trainers on the next route with Glorbo, allowing her to evolve into the devilishly attractive Charmeleon. However, we will need to try and be wary of the upcoming level caps, as all of our experience is being funneled into our sexy little lizard. Good news, new team member. Bad news, Fish. Now while I'm sure Finebe will be a fantastic team addition in time, for now he's completely useless. Well, I guess now he's slightly less useless. It's only once I'm inside Mount Moon I realise I forgot to get repels. I may well be a fool this day. I pick up the TM for Mega Punch, which I immediately teach to Glorbo in order to give us a fighting chance against Misty. We beat up a nerd because I want what he has, and we're faced with the incredibly important decision of a future team member. I grab the Helix fossil over the dome, because I flipped a coin before starting the run and it landed on Helix. And with that, we're safely out of Mount Moon. Because with 2 Pokemon, experience is thick and overflowing, I have to rush over to fight my rival and do as much of Nugget Bridge as possible before taking on Misty. He leads with Pidgeotto, and I lead with Glorbo. Obviously. Due to a critical Ember, Glorbo's able to take down Pidgeotto with more than half of her HP remaining, which is pretty good. Abra is a joke with no moves, but Rattata knocks Glorbo down below half before Squirtle comes in. It's getting tight. Mega Punch deals around half, and after a mere Tail Whip and Tackle combo, Glorbo manages to come out the winner, defeating the rival solo. Somehow. Finebe evolves as a result of experience from all the trainers on Nugget Bridge, and not because of the suspiciously large amount of rare candies in my bag, and now he's a force to be reckoned with. My big fish hits the level cap before we can finish the journey up to Bill, so it's time to head back to Cerulean and face off against Misty. Her Staryu really can't do much of anything to Gyarados and is swiftly deleted. Her Starmie, on the other hand, is exactly the same. That's 2 badges down, just 6 to go and it's all going smoothly so far. We fight our way through the hundreds of trainers who are just standing around blocking the way to a guy's house for no real reason other than game design, get to Bill's place, de-yiff him, and get our SS ticket. It's a worthy prize. If you like boats. Now it's time to leave Cerulean through the only path possible, some guy's house. I always find it annoying when people just wander through my home on the way to McDonald's, but that's just the way it is. After beating up a dodgy bloke in the back garden, Glorbo gets the TM for Dig, which is an absurdly powerful move in this game. Anyway, let's check out that luxury cruise. Get Glorbo the TM for Body Slam and... Oh, that's the whole dungeon, huh? Well, rival time again. Even though we fought him like 86 seconds ago. Oh well. Glorbo absolutely glorbs all over his first 3 Pokemon, and then switches out for Finebe against Wartortle. Finebe wins. Finebe always wins. After gently caressing an old man, he gives us the ability to cut down trees. I mean, it'll take up one of Glorbo's precious move slots forever, but it's mandatory if we want to progress. Which we do. I mean, obviously we do. I can't just end it here. That would be absurd. Have I solved the stupid trash can puzzle yet? Oh, thank God. Okay, anyway, Lieutenant Surge. Dig. Dig. A dig. Wasn't even close. Thunder Badge obtained. Now that we have cut, we can head east of Cerulean, battle through another 5,000 trainers, and make our way into Rock Tunnel. Okay, so, because I don't hate you, and I actually quite appreciate you watching this video, I'm not going to show me getting through this pitch black cave without flash. It went fine. And bang, we're out. Sure, we've arrived in Lavender Town, but there have been no deaths, so I see no cause to lament. Well, maybe for our Pokedex count. I bet Oak is pissed. This is where the Kanto region really opens up, and I see no better way to celebrate that fact than to do everything rigidly in the intended order. Well, okay, maybe there is a better way to celebrate. First, I laugh at a gambler whose wife and kids have left him and whose house is now being repossessed, and he gives me, a child, the ability to develop a crippling gambling addiction of my own. The world is a wonderful place. After snuffling up coins off of the floor like some kind of kleptomaniac punter, and even shaking up the locals for more tokens just so I'll leave them alone, I decide that there's surely no harm in gambling just once. After all, I don't even have a house or a wife or kids, so what have I got to lose? Damn it! Yes! Yes! Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! Okay, fine, I'll just buy tokens. Not that that's actually any better, but whatever. And with our hard-bought winnings, we can purchase Scrumdle the Abra. She's a damn great Pokemon, but is it really right to use the fruits of gambling like this? What lesson am I imparting upon the youth? Here, kid, you take this Abra. And I'll also throw in a free coin case, go nuts with the slots. And so, Marcel is ours. With the Psychic TM from Saffron and the Thunderbolt TM from Surge, he's definitely one of the Pokemon on this team. Having also given the Ice Beam TM to Fneeb, we're ready to take on Erika and earn our next badge. I really don't expect Erika to be difficult, given the team we've amassed. Marcel nearly one-shots Victreebel with Psychic, which is awesome, and because of the weird way Poison works in Gen 1, he takes no damage at all before Victreebel goes down. Tangela does pitiful damage with Constrict, possibly the worst move in the entire series, and also falls to 2 Psychics. Holy hell, Marcel, calm down! Give the nice lady a chance here, damn. No. Erika just heals on her turn. It's not enough to stop Marcel. Nothing is enough to stop Marcel. With 4 badges under our belt, it's probably about time to beat our rival once more. So, over in Pokemon Tower, let's do that. Hell yeah! Respect for the dead! Glorbo versus Pidgeotto. A familiar sight, to be sure. And it goes the same way as always. I'm not really sure why Fool expected anything different. Growlithe just needs 1 dig and Execute falls to a critical Ember. Just another day in the office for the Glorbinator. Dig also one-shots Kadabra, but come on, let's let Fneeb in on a piece of the action here against Wartortle. Oddly enough, the giant Sea Serpent wins the biting match. Cope and seethe, Fool. Cope and seethe. As we continue to climb up Pokemon Tower, we're eventually stopped by some kind of malevolent spirit that can't be ID'd. Well, only one thing for it in times of crisis. Chuck the doll. Thankfully, this vengeful ex-mother sees this doll as a suitable replacement for her child and lets us pass. Awesome. Now we just need to beat up some Team Rocket members to get... honestly, I'm not sure if there's an in-universe reason we're doing this. Anyway, we save Mr. Fuji, he gives us a Pokeflute, and then we head onwards to our next gym. Oh, also, Glorbo evolves into Charizard, just thought I should mention that. Anyway, gym time. Koichi leads with his Hitmonlee and I lead with Marcel. It's a gripping battle, but very quickly I can see why this guy lost his gym certificate to the Psychics who moved in next door. Yeah, there goes Hitmonchan too. Instead of giving us a badge, because he no longer has the right to, Koichi offers to give us one of his Pokemon. But gosh, I just don't know which one to pick, they both seem so powerful. I decide to take the hard-kicking Hitmonlee, or, as we shall now be referring to him, Mr. Spice. We're now up to 4 members. Just one more to go until we have a full team of 5. Another gym has been beaten. We must destroy the child. It's Glorbo versus Pidgeot. Though Ember really isn't doing much anymore. 2 failed sand attacks from Pidgeot mean Glorbo can easily roast the bird and remain at full HP for Growlithe, who is, as always, a one-dig wonder. Execute is nearly a one-shot with Ember and makes me wish dearly that Charizard learned Flamethrower before level 1,000,000,000. Though it just misses Hypnosis, so it doesn't really matter much. Alakazam! And it actually survives a dig too. Unfortunately, Fool is a fool and so uses a regular potion instead of doing literally anything else. Though Glorbo makes up for it by missing a Body Slam. Damn it, Glorbo! Anyway, we'll bring out Fneeb for another bite off with Blastoise. Well, actually, Dragon Rage does more damage, so we used that, but there wasn't really a snappy way to say that. Yet another rival fight down. Onward and upward to the boss of Team Rocket, Giovanni. I'll lead with Marcel. You know what happens when I lead with Marcel. Terrified of my strange French dad, Giovanni basically disbands Team Rocket then and there, as we don't see any more grunts for the rest of the game. So, good job, Marcel. Virtue is its own reward, so we just leave without talking to the president. Well, okay, Virtue and whatever's just lying around for me to take. Glorbo is very happy to have access to Earthquake and Swords Dance. That aside, we wake up the sleeping Snorlax, cycle down Cycling Road, and prepare for our next gym battle. This time it's an actual gym battle with a badge as the reward rather than a long-legged potato man. Koga's poison types are capable of being a threat, what with toxic damage racking up or them just plain exploding. Unfortunately, he made the fatal error of being weak to Marcel. Marcel shrimply does not give a damn. 5 badges down. Let's go grab number 6 and keep this train rolling. Well, first I need to go all the way back, because none of my Pokemon can learn Fly, so... I make a wrong turn while biking up Cycling Road and end up on Cinnabar Island. Not wanting to waste this rare opportunity, I enter the lab and hand over my fossil to a science man who can bring back the dead. This grants us our final team member, Susan the Aerodactyl. And hey, Susan, how about we stretch those wings after your 65 million year long rest? Fly me across the country. Hey, back in Saffron. Let's get the real gym match this time. It's time for Susan's debut battle against Sabrina. I hope his wings aren't too tired. Fly KO's Kadabra. We all know that mimes hate it when you bite down on their soft, supple flesh. Fly easily makes short work of Venomoth, and after the bite, Alakazam easily falls to a couple of flies. Susan didn't even take damage. I was so busy asking myself if I could revive him, I didn't even think about whether or not I should. We're in the home stretch now. Just a few short quiz questions separate us from... Damn it, I always get this one wrong. Why is it worded like that? Anyway, Blaine time. I realise Mr. Spice hasn't had a chance to shine, so this is his battle. First, he meditates. Then, he meditates. He meditates some more. Mr. Spice must be in a state of peak concentration, otherwise he cannot work. It is not up to us to question his methods. Blaine's Growlithe does nothing but run around, an untrained puppy unsure how to act in the face of such mental focus. It is then that Mr. Spice strikes, launching down from on high and pasting the dog into a smear on the floor. Ponyta fares the same fate. Mr. Spice has hit his stride. Rapidash? More like, I kicked a horse to death, says Mr. Spice. Arcanine? More like, I kicked a dog to death, says Mr. Spice. We'll work on his trash talk later. Badge 7 has been obtained. It feels like just 12 minutes ago we got our first one. Time to finish this with our last. There is literally nothing between Blaine's gym and the Viridian gym. We're here, we're ready. Only Giovanni stands in our way. Let's finish our gym badge journey the way it started. With Glorbo. Rhyhorn can do little as Glorbo sharpens her claws in a rhythmic war dance. Confused, it just shakes its little rock tail, trying to join in. The fool. Glorbo is ready. Earthquake after earthquake litters Giovanni's gym, and his Pokémon fall one by one. The Master of Earth, felled by the very thing he believed himself to control. That's it. All 8 gym badges. Only the Elite Four stand in our way. Oh, fool! I forgot all about you. Yeah, sure thing. I can kick your ass a final time before the end. This time Glorbo has Flamethrower, so Pidgeot falls much faster. In fact, Glorbo takes this opportunity to be greedy and set up her swords dances again, being smacked for minimal damage in the process. And from there, the slaughter begins. Earthquake easily takes out Rhyhorn and Growlithe, Flamethrower hard-boils Execute, and a further Earthquake defeats Alakazam. It's just Glorbo and Blastoise, the same way it started way back when. And this time, she needs no fish to help her out. Though Earthquake doesn't actually one-shot thanks to Glorbo's phenomenal 0 IV in attack, Blastoise merely withdraws, knowing the battle is lost. Good job, Glorbo. You made us all proud. Let's get that championship together. My team and I pass through the badge checks together, and I feel a sense of pride knowing that every one of them has contributed something to the team. Each one of them has earned at least one badge, and all of them deserve to be honoured for all of time. I did not catch them. We forged our bonds through other means. Purchase, rescue, revival, as a repayment for a debt because Koichi couldn't afford to lose anything else. This is the team I will take to the end. After grinding to level 60 to match the third Elite Four member's ace, we enter, ready to begin our final 4 battles. We open with Mr. Spice against Lorelei. Her sleepy little dugong just naps in the corner as Mr. Spice calms himself, searching for his true inner strength and waiting for his moment. He finds it and begins his onslaught, stamping through Lorelei's entire team like a dominatrix on a crotch. 3 remain. Mr. Spice isn't done yet though. It's time for him to go up against Bruno and prove himself the ultimate fighter. Again, he meditates 6 times, taking minimal damage because his opponent is an Onyx. And then he begins to kick, and kick, and kick, and kick, and kick. 2 remain. Remembering I have other Pokemon, I use Susan against Agatha. Fly does good damage to her lead Gengar, but then Susan is put to sleep with Hypnosis, which is unfortunate. While he's asleep, Gengar confuses him and then switches out to Golbat, who uses Haze to cure the sleep and confusion. Gen 1 is something. Susan charges up a Sky Attack, but is reconfused by Golbat, and ends up hitting himself for big damage as Golbat hazes again. This is very confusing. I see what Susan's issue is. This time he lands the Sky Attack, despite the confusion, annihilating Golbat and bringing Gengar back in. A second Fly takes Gengar out, and Susan even snaps out of confusion. Up against Haunter, Susan charges up another Sky Attack before being hit with another confusion. Susan. He hits himself. Because of course he does. A couple of Flies take out Haunter as Susan snaps out yet again. A Sky Attack crit takes out Arbok, and going all in for glory, Susan stays in to use Fly against Agatha's final Gengar. She gets hit with a Toxic on the landing, charges a Sky Attack to secure the KO, and gets lucky as Gengar merely uses Dream Eater. Somehow, against the odds, Susan managed to sweep Agatha. 1 remains. Up against Lance, it's Fneep's turn to bat. With a Thunder, he deletes the false idol in front of him, and Ice Beams take out Lance's 2 Dragonair. A Surf defeats Aerodactyl with ease, though Fneep is hit with a takedown first. All that's left is Lance's final Pokemon, his Dragonite, the most powerful... Oh, Ice Beam one-shot it. Okay, cool. Unfortunately, it turns out that our journey isn't over, as Fool got there first. Somehow. With his eggs and puppy. I forget to heal, but I'm sure our team will be fine. They've been through so much, after all. As always, we lead Glorbo, and he leads Pidgeot. A critical flamethrower nearly one-shots, and Wing Attack doesn't deal much before that bird is cooked. Alakazam survives a flamethrower and retaliates with a nasty Psychic before being taken out by Earthquake. Earthquake fails to KO Rhydon, and Horn Attack brings Glorbo down low. But she's never lost before, and I still believe in her now. Another Earthquake defeats Rhydon, bringing an Arcanine, who fails to do any damage before also falling to 2 Earthquakes. Exeggutor is an easy one-shot critical flamethrower. Now it's just Blastoise remaining. Glorbo whips out an Earthquake that deals pitiful damage and... No. Glorbo. It wasn't meant to end like this. Susan succumbs to her infected wounds before finalising the kill, and then Mr. Spice comes in and gets frozen. I can only look on in horror as I watch my beloved team be torn apart around me despite Blastoise's low health. Blastoise crunches through his new Ice Lolly, and only 2 Pokemon remain on my side. I believe in Marcel. He's Marcel. He never fails. Except today it seems... Oh my god, Marcel, why? Why is this happening? Fneep, it's all up to you. Though unfortunately his Ice Beam fails to land the KO and Full uses a full restore. All of the work of the rest of the team completely undone. Hydro Pump deals a decent amount, but Surf is more reliable. It's looking good. We're gonna win this. No! A final critical bite from a low HP Blastoise spells the end. It's over. We've been defeated by Foe. With that, I have no choice but to reset. Resetting to my last save after beating Lance, we try again against Full. We can do this because, as per the rules outlined at the start of the video, the Nuzlocke doesn't officially begin until we get Pokeballs. This time, Glorbo just sets up a Swords Dance sweep, easily defeating all of Full's Pokemon, including Blastoise. We've done it! Professor Oak congratulates us for our victory, and all 5 of our Pokemon have made it to the Hall of Fame. Glorbo, Fneeb, Marcel, Mr. Spice, and Susan. Truly a team to end all teams. The credits roll, and we start back in Pallet Town. All that's left to do now is buy some Pokeballs, and officially begin the run proper. Okay, yes, this video was released on the 1st of April. I won't lie, the run went a lot better than expected. Annoyingly so, actually. I frequently left Pokemon in on unfavourable matchups, but my luck here was something else. If you want to see the entire run with live commentary, I uploaded it over on my VODs channel. And hey, since it's April Fool's Day, why don't you fill me back by liking this video and subscribing? That sure would be a funny prank. Okay, bye.